Life is full of challenges. It's like a wave. Sometimes it goes up and sometimes it comes down. Sometimes these challenges are visible and sometimes these challenges are invisible. Sometimes our life is caught in a cyclone suddenly and we are not aware how to come out of it. And in situations like this, it is our attitude to get going when the going gets tough. It's faith in ourselves and faith in God which helps us to move out of this situation and bounce back in life again. I'm reminded of a famous saying which goes like this: within every hardship of life, there's always a seed of equivalence or a greater benefit. Good evening, everyone. This is Monica Sodi, your transformational coach. Today, let us understand the dynamics of sailing out of the turbulent times. We are passing through unprecedented crisis ever seen in the history of mankind, where we have very little control over our affairs, including the human lives. For the past 1.5 years, the entire globe is affected by the outbreak of pandemic, which has impacted the human lives all over. Although our doctors, our healthcare workers, our frontline warriors are working 24/7 to fight this battle, yet we are left with a lot of uncertainties. For example, we do not know when this pandemic will end. We have no idea what our life would be post this pandemic. Today, most of us are craving for little moments in life where we could go out for dinner with our friends, where we could go out for a movie with our family members, go for a walk in woods, and go for a small vacation in a hill station. Probably we took all these aha moments for granted. Recently, I and my family tested positive for COVID. And it was very difficult to accept. When the reports were first shared with me, I was totally taken aback. I was surprised because I was one person who was not moving out of the house at all. And to test positive, even when one is taking so much of precautions, it was like a jolt to me. It put me in a panic state. And how did I respond? I immediately went back to social media and looked for answers for all my questions. That only made me more uncomfortable and more anxious. The news, the snippets on social media, the update on relatives was indeed very grim. This further created panic and I was in a state of fear. But I, being a sports person and led special projects team in my office and in my home, decided to sit down coolly and think about the entire situation. I realized that this is not a battle, but this is a war with invisible enemy, and it requires warlike strategies to move out of the situation and to bounce back into life. Therefore, I strategized, we implemented, and I'm sharing a few pointers of those strategies with you. Now, the first strategy which we used was that we focused on what we could control. For example, uh, the outbreak of epidemic, the reactions of people was something which was not which could not be controlled. But what I could control was my thoughts, my reactions. So I shifted my focus on areas that I could control, and by doing this I started building vivid perceptions. And I and my son, we started imagining and started talking about the good things that we will do once we are out of COVID. For example, we could indulge in golf. For example, we could go out for long drives, we could go out for nature walks. Now, this really raised our vibrations and this changed the state. We were now a warrior to fight a war. The second strategy that we used was we recalled the challenges which we had faced earlier and we came out successful out of those. We have met many challenges in life, and we started discussing those challenges, recalling those challenges, and we realized that if we could come out of those difficult situations, why not this? Because we have already walked on fire once and we have burned our feet, but we have emerged as heroes. So we said once more, and this became our slogan. This broke the glass ceiling and gave us a lot of confidence to soil through the corona situation. And the third strategy, in war, uh, emanation makes a lot of difference. But you would all agree with me that a war is fought on the basis of mindset. And to develop that kind of mindset, we did two, three things. One, we followed the regiment which doctor had given us apart from the medicines. Second, we drew our energy from our friends. We regularly engaged ourselves with them on WhatsApp, shared certain jokes, certain motivational stories. Although the entire family was affected by COVID, but we decided that COVID will not dominate our conversations. Instead, we filled our conversations with laughter, with stories, with certain incidents, certain challenges in life which we had overcome earlier. And since also this was an extraordinary, stressful situation, we used every technique that we knew of managing stress, right from eating healthy diet, from taking the adequate sleep, doing meditation, relaxation techniques. Now, we were better equipped as far as our mind was concerned, and in our mind's eye, we were already a winner. So, to summarize, what we did was three things. We raised the vibration, we broke the glass ceilings, and in the mind eyes, we became a winner and we already moved out of the situations. So, these three strategies that we used. Apart from that, there have been certain learnings, and I will share three learnings very briefly with you. Learning number one, that people connect with people in terms of crisis. It is heartening to see that people and communities have reached out to people who really need help, right from meals to oxygen. It is really the highest form of prayer. Two, Technology, a new dimension. This was a dimension of technology which we had not explored earlier. Today, every individual, every office is connected for work purposes. Learning and development is taking place across the globe thanks to the technology. Third, new teams of frontline warriors have emerged, and these are doctors, our healthcare workers, and paramilitary forces who are working for 24 into 7 and continue to do so to serve the humanity and to control this epidemic. A big salute to each one of them. A small request to those who have been lucky and blessed not to be part of this COVID. Please have a calming influence on people around you. For most of the fears are unfounded because they're unknown. Reduce these fears. You'll be doing a great service to the community. Times are tough, but they will not last. Because tough times do not last, but tough people do. We know we are surrounded by corona, which has very poisonous tentacles. But at the same time, we have people, we have communities, we have health-like workers, we have frontline workers to help us out. And they are weaning off the poisonous effect of these tentacles. One day everything will be fine. We will come out with flying colors and we will achieve the glory which we deserve. This is my faith and my hope. With prayers and wishes to everyone, we come to an end to this video. I hope you liked it. Please share with as many people as you can. It will really have a soothing effect because the entire family has come out successfully from corona. Thank you so much for hearing this. I'll be with you again in New Heights on Wednesday, same time. Thank you again and good night.